Hi, I'm Ken Shiovitz, and I wanted to welcome you to Coding Your Body Movements. You won't have to be a computer expert for these demonstrations, but it will be very helpful if you do them along with me. You will need a pen, paper, and possibly a bar of soap. And now, let's get going.
Write your signature. I'm always amazed at the complexity of a signature. This complexity can be demonstrated by writing it a second time. Notice how much is the same between the two signatures and how much is different. Your brain is relaying a series of instructions to your hand muscles that appear to be coded in 3 planes: with and against gravity, forward and back, left and right. Each instruction appears to be coded by time units I call beats, each beat perhaps hundredths of a second. Any instruction may be one or multiple beats in duration. On a rotating world revolving around the sun, moving around a galaxy, we pick one point in the universe to start following our brain's instructions. We rely on relativity, the fact that our body is moving along with our selected starting point. This starting point can be at various distances outside our body, at the surface of our body, or even inside of it. Using your finger on a tabletop, sign your name at normal speed. Now try signing your first name more slowly, and then your last name more quickly. The finger muscles involved receive the same instructions, but each instruction can be modified for duration. Muscle begins to contract, but then appears to hold the contraction for a prescribed number of beats. If the contraction causes movement in a particular direction, that movement continues, but paces itself to cover the given distance in the correct time. With your finger, sign your name on the plane of a table. Now, sign in the air on a plane a few inches above the table. Now turn the plane 90 degrees and sign in the air as you would on a wall. Notice that the instructions for your signature are the same and that there is a separate instruction, a parallel instruction, for changing the plane of movements. Now, facing sideways, sign your name while continually changing the plane of signing. Notice that each signing instruction can have its own parallel instruction for the plane of movement. Without practice, use a finger to sign your name backwards. For some people, it is easier to print in capital block letters. This illustrates how instructions can be reversible in direction of movement. The same instructions for signing your name by your hand muscles can express themselves through other muscles of the body. For example, your elbow, foot, or hip. Instructions call for movement in a range between 2 points, a maximum and a minimum. Duration of movement is paced between these 2 points. Without tools, The largest range is the stretch of your whole body. The smallest range is not consciously detectable, as illustrated by the hanging weight trick, controlled by just thinking of the desired motion. Instructions from the brain can target more than one location of muscle groups at the same time. Here are examples of 2 and 3 simultaneous targets. The same instructions can target one location for forward expression and a second location for reverse expression simultaneously. Notice that without additional practice and learning, information about duration appears to be linked between simultaneous targets. Before instructions reach their target muscles, their commands may be modified. Rate modifiers change the number of beats over which muscles are commanded to contract. Your signature may easily be changed to approximately double or halve its normal speed. Rate modifiers appear to come before target selectors in sequence of commands. Reverse modifiers appear to come after target selectors in sequence of commands. While carrying out the commands from brain instructions, your muscle contractions may be influenced by immediate inputs. These epi-instructional influences use feedback from your body's sense organs. I simply call them steering factors. Steering input can be influenced by learned experiences and can become ritualized in individuals and even for entire populations. Steering factors include pacing, resistance, tolerance, and control. What happens after an instruction results in a command to a group of muscles? Immediately, starting and ending points are identified by sensory information. Then, a pathway through the movement range is selected from options restricted by mission. If the mission is to move as direct and even as possible, the pathway is a straight line. If the mission is to provide variation, there can be changes in direction and rate. If the mission is to circle or spiral, then direction change is continuous. If the mission is to provide maximum effectiveness, then more time is allotted to the middle of the range. It takes time to locate precise starting and ending points. Precision may be reduced because of time shortage or because it just does not affect the mission. Strength needed to accomplish a movement may be estimated by visual cues and past experience, or directly assessed by resistance encountered during the movement. Strength in movement can be increased by recruitment of additional muscle fibers and then additional muscles. Leverage may be gained by increased muscle rigidity. And finally, over-leveraging of tools may result in a loss of control. What then is the basis for instructions? I believe it is choices from a limited menu best suited to accomplish a mission, associated with initial duration and strength settings. The menu would include pathway choices of straight, varied, efficient, and curved, along with other choices such as oscillation.
Now you can see why I think the human signature is so amazing. This is Ken Shiovitz, signing off.